Hi guys, Coach Ed Haynes here with my lovely demo, Anthony Haynes. We're going to be talking about firing up the glutes, and firing up the glutes specifically for lower body exercise, and for exercise that a lot of us are concerned with is typically the squat and the deadlift. So really what we find is that people who tend to suffer from some form of knock-on effect of pain after a day of squatting or a day of deadlifting often is down to the glutes not firing and doing their job. And their job is to stabilize the femur and the hip when we're going through ranges of motion. So what we like to do in terms of addressing the issue is, rather than spending copious amounts of time on things like myofascial release, flexibility, and specific glute work, which can be very, very important, we like to do some preparatory work before we get into exercise just to fire the correct muscles. So 3 quick exercises that we're going to put together with one last one today. The first one is called a sideline clam. So you can do this 10 to 15 minutes before a lower body workout. All you need is a thin band. We're going to triple wrap that band. And once you triple wrap that band, we're going to step into it and slide it just above your knees. Ant's just going to lie down on the side for me. If you've watched Titanic and remember a scene with Kate Winslet, you'll pick this one up very, very quickly. We're looking for Ant to basically stay vertical with his torso and not open up his chest. Here he's just going to activate through glute med by opening up his knees, squeezing, and then coming down and driving up. Really what we're chasing here, guys, is the sensation of this part of our glute working. We're not looking to fatigue it, we're just looking to wake it up. Some of you might need more tension on the band to feel that. Some of you might not need any tension whatsoever. So that's the first one. Once he's done that, Ant's just going to slide that off real quick. He's going to stay down on the floor for me. We're going to try get after a few different planes of movement with regards to firing his glutes. The next one, he's going to lie on his back. You're going to go into a classic glute bridge hold. Now, this can be done with 2 legs or 1 leg, so we're going to start with a single leg version, which is actually a bit more challenging. He's just going to straighten and extend at the knee. Now from here, looking at stabilizing the hip, he's going to drive up through his right glute and hamstring, squeezing up to the sky, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, coming back down with control. As you can see, loads of control here, and we're not seeing any shifting through that hip. Show us one more, Ant. Good. If you find that you do have excessive shifting of the hip, so Ant's going to give us an example of that, and despite you trying to fight that, it still shifts, go back to the 2-legged variation. We can even play around with throwing a band around your knee. Again, we're looking for activation and the firing of the glute here. We're not looking to fatigue, so let's keep the reps between 8 to 12. Last one, Ant's going to stand up for me. I found particularly good with hinging exercises like squatting and deadlifting and Olympic lifting. We can use a band or a cable and do a single leg Romanian deadlift. So by being in a single leg position, it's going to require a bit more stability through that hip, and the glutes are a major contributor to that. So if Ant's got his left hand in the band, he's going to be balancing on his right foot, and from here he's going to hinge, making sure the hips stay nice and square, there's tension on the band, and he's going to come back through and fire hard through the glute at the top. And again, one more, Ant. Reaching through, stability through the leg, and coming back up. The shaking and movement through your foot is just your proprioceptors working to stabilize you. That's a great thing before we get exercising. So last one to put this all together. And with regards to how many sets you do, it's completely down to you. But last one, we actually want to make sure we're mimicking the movement. So if we're going to be squatting, a great one to do is, again, triple wrap that thin band. Chuck it 1 inch above your knee. And really what we're looking for when we squat is that when we descend down into the eccentric portion of the squat, we want the glutes to be firing, to be stabilizing the knees in a good position. Okay, so for Ant, he's going to set up in his normal squat stance. He's just going to go to a tempo of 5 seconds down, pause 1 second, 5 seconds back up. He's going to fight against resistance to his band, which is going to try and pull his knees inwards. Ant's going to go show us 3 reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's going to go again on his own count. As you can see, his knees are tracking his toes in a nice position, and he's having to work hard to drive that out. Hopefully when we get into squatting without the band, the glutes have woken up now, and they're going to do the correct job that we want them to do. Have fun with this, guys. Play around with it, and make sure we incorporate this into our warm-ups.